everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. It has been a wild ride. We've seen a lot of volatility in the markets, right? I mean, Bitcoin just dropped down to $48,000 about 12 hours ago, and now we're starting to see a bounce back up, a rebound in the cryptocurrency space. And so one of the reasons for that here could be because the circuit breaker was just triggered for the Japan markets. And so we have the Japan futures here suspended after the index touched the upper limit, triggering a circuit breaker. Now this is to the upside, right? Yesterday, we had it triggering to the downside where the market had its worst day since 1987 on Black Monday, falling down almost 13%. And so we just had a halt for a move to the upside with extended gains to more than 5%. And so we can already see Bitcoin rebounding because of this news. We saw Bitcoin drop very quickly once the markets opened. Yesterday, we saw Bitcoin fall substantially throughout the night. And so with this going to the upside here, I think this is something that could be very bullish. And so there is a link underneath the video to Week's Exchange. If you are interested, there is a competition going on right now where you can earn up to $19,000. Now, there is no KYC required with this exchange, and it is just a simple email registration. So definitely make sure to check that out if you are interested. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here for Bitcoin. And so we can see we have been consolidating in between this channel here since about March. And so we did fall down below that, and we just had the daily close for Bitcoin. Now, we did fall down below the channel here. However, the daily close was above the channel right around $55,000. And so this is definitely something to be keeping an eye on. We could be having a bounce here at the bottom of the channel and head back towards the top of the channel. Now, there's many other catalysts out there in the world that could continue to drive Bitcoin down. Now, this does not mean that this is the bottom. However, there is a good chance here that we could be bouncing from that channel and heading higher just because there's a lot of positive catalyst out there as well. Right now, the fear index is very low, right? 17. It has not been at these levels since, I would say, FTX. We have not had this much fear and uncertainty in the markets. And so there's definitely a lot of good buying opportunities. This morning, I took advantage of a lot of that, buying some positions. I bought Render under $4. I also bought some Ondo right around 50 cents, which bounced significantly after that. I'm already up about 40% since just buying about 6 hours ago. And so let's go ahead and take a look at Jump Trading here. Jump Trading was also offloading some of their assets. They were liquidating a lot of their positions here. And so yesterday when I mentioned this, they had about $250 million of cash. And so we can see now they're holding about $400 million in cash. They have about $308 million in USDC here. They have $66 million in USDT. And so we can see almost about 90% of their money is in cash now. And so we can see that they're holding a significant amount. They do not have many positions here still to liquidate. They have about $9 million of Ethereum left. Now, in addition to that, we have other companies here buying the dip, right? We have Semler Scientific here that bought another $6 million of Bitcoin today. And so they have also filed to raise $150 million to buy more Bitcoin since they have a Bitcoin treasury strategy similar to MicroStrategy. And so the company has now purchased 929 Bitcoins for a total of $63 million. And so let's go ahead and take a look here at the ETF outflows and inflows. We can see that for Bitwise here, they had inflows of about $3 million. Grayscale here out with outflows of about $70 million. However, their Grayscale Mini Bitcoin Trust had inflows of about $22 million. And so we have not received the inflows yet for BlackRock, which had very high volume today. And so I definitely think that's something to be paying attention to see if they had positive inflows there as well. And so in addition to that, we also received news that Europe's fourth largest hedge fund with $30 billion of assets under management has invested $500 million in US Bitcoin ETFs. And so we're seeing some of the largest investment firms here buying Bitcoin. They have about $500 million of Bitcoin that was just announced. We also have news here from Hedera. And so Hedera is a cryptocurrency that I'm very bullish on long term. I think this is a great hold here. And they have officially joined the Institute of International Finance, joining the likes of Circle, Coinbase, and BlackRock. And so all of those are also part of the Institute of International Finance. And so I think this definitely is something very bullish for Hedera moving forward. If we take a look at the overall market here, we can see we did start having a rebound. We can see there is still a lot of red cryptocurrencies. As I mentioned, Ondo here had a very strong bounce that went down to about 50 cents and is now trading above 70 cents. We have Tau here, which dropped down to about $170 and now is trading above about $220. And so a lot of these cryptocurrencies are bouncing significantly, and I want to pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to the cryptocurrencies that are bouncing the most significantly right after the fall. Those are the cryptocurrencies that are going to do extremely well when we're heading much higher in the cryptocurrency markets. Those are the ones that have a lot of demand, and those are going to be the cryptocurrencies that have the best returns. And so I'd like to also take a look at this post here from Nagato. And so he mentions that the Fed will soon step in and print our way to a wild Q4. And so he is expecting new highs for US equities, a blow off top for Bitcoin, and an alt season. And so I agree with what he is saying here. That's why I'm sharing it. And so then, and only then, everything will brutally collapse. And so definitely make sure to take profits, right? When you look at your portfolio and you can't believe how much you have in there, that's the time to start taking some profits off the table. No, you do not have to sell everything. Maybe you take 50% and then you let the other 50% ride. But you definitely want to make sure that you take profits. That is what we're all in this for, is to be making money. And so we can see here, especially considering the fact that we are moving towards the US presidential elections, despite the recent price action, nothing has changed. And so I agree with that, right? We are still focusing on that. We're still seeing a lot of backing from politics with Bitcoin. The dots are very well connected. And so eyes on the charts and be ready to take advantage of what is coming. And so one green candle can erase months of disgusting price action. And so this is definitely true, right? I mean, we could just see 1 or 2 days of price movement with Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency market, and it will erase all of the losses that we've had over the last week or two. And so the return and risk on some coins here is getting more and more insane as we speak, especially altcoins. Right? Altcoins are getting destroyed. Don't get me wrong, some altcoins are down 80%. However, some of these at the current levels are great buying opportunities. And so Ondo Finance, Render are great buying opportunities in my opinion at these current price levels. And so he's mentioning here that most of you got burned recently, right? It is not time to leave the industry. And so we're definitely still early on the industry. There's a lot of projects that are getting involved with corporations. They're building, and I definitely think that's going to be something that we're going to be around for moving forward, right? There's a lot of attention on Bitcoin right now. However, in hindsight, 90% of the times, these giant dips end up being blessings in disguise. And so, of course, we all don't have a crystal ball, and I'm far from being an expert. I'm just sharing my opinion based on the experience I've accumulated over the years. And so I completely agree here. I've been in cryptocurrency since 2017. I have been through a lot of the manipulation, a lot of the up and downs in cryptocurrency, right? I've been through FTX, a lot of the manipulation out there. However, long term, if we look at the big picture, I still think that we are very bullish on the cryptocurrency market, and I think there is tons of opportunities out there to make massive amounts of money. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future content, and check out that link underneath the video to Week's Exchange if you're interested in signing up for a new platform. They have a lot of different altcoin gems on there, and there is this trading competition going on right now where you can earn up to $19,000. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.